Hey Riley, how's it going? This is Jason here with Digital eSource. I talked to you before about how my company could potentially help you guys with your website and some search engine optimization, or SEO for short, and generate more customers, more leads for your business. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys some things you can do now to help bring in more customers, and you're going to want to watch the whole video because I found a few things about your website that may surprise you. First, let me tell you why I do these videos. So when I'm first examining a website and a potential client to see if I can help them and if I can do business with them, I start with this analysis to evaluate a few things about your website, web presence, and see how I can best help out. And I found by giving people free insight of actual things that they can do to improve their presence, it gives them it leads number one with trust from day one, and it leads with value up front. So if by the end of this video you like what you hear, or you want to learn more, we can schedule a time to talk through more of the details. All I ask in return is some feedback, what you thought of this video. So let's get started. So one of the first things I noticed with your website, and I believe you said you used Wix, the template website builder, to create this. It is a very simple, clear, cut and dry website. You've got your services. You want to learn more about different services that you do. Getting a free a quote for your services. Um, so right off the bat, you want to make sure whenever you're creating a website that you always spell everything correctly, because that's going to send red flags to potential clients or potential customers if you have things like satisfaction guarantee that's not spelled correctly. So we want to make sure we're always spelling everything right on our website. The other thing I noticed here, so typically with home pages, a good homepage will have at least 1,500 words of content. And you guys have only about a little over 200 words of content on your homepage. So it is lacking in some content on your homepage right off the bat. Matter of fact, the best thing I saw on your homepage was actually this link right here from your Gemstone Lights. You're an authorized dealer of Gemstone Lights, which is great. They are a big company. But other than that, there's a whole bunch of things that I could go into that your website is missing. It's basically more or less just like a business calling card. People can call you, they can email you, they can get a free quote for your services. There's not a whole lot more to your website to draw a potential customer user in to your website and engage with your customer. And it is missing a few key things. For example, like at the bottom here, and I'll show you when we look at your competitors, you're going to need some kind of privacy policy, some kind of terms of use or terms and conditions, even an accessibility statement for those internet users that have certain accessibility challenges to navigate your site. All those would be really helpful, and they also actually protect you as far as from a legal standpoint. So let's go through into this analysis here. So I use a tool, it's a powerful analytics tool called SEMrush. So what SEMrush does, it looks at all kinds of metrics, and it can give a host of insights into your website, how it's performing, its health, its SEO, its traffic trends, etc. We're going to look first at your SEO and some of the metrics on your website. Then we'll look at your top three market competitors. And lastly, I'll give you some recommendations of how we can help. How can I help you guys improve your site and get you guys more traffic? I think that's what you're looking for is more customers. And that's really the ultimate purpose of a website. More traffic visiting your site equals more customer leads, equals more paying clients for your business. So let's jump in here and see where you guys are currently at. So right off the bat, the one thing I noticed up here in the SEO dashboard, there's not a whole lot going on that I can talk about. So we're going to go through this kind of quick. The authority score is a proprietary metric that SEMrush uses to determine a domain or website's reputability. It accounts for the number and the quality of your backlinks, organic search traffic, overall authenticity of your site. A two is about one of the lowest scores that you can see on a website. So your site does not have any authority at all, which hurts you in Google's eyes when Google is indexing your site. Also, your site doesn't have any real traffic. It's got two people coming on average a month. This month, one of those could have been me because I looked at your site this past weekend. Uh, and so what that looks like over time, so this is your traffic is basically flatlining here. You've got no traffic really right up until the very end here where you've got two people coming to your site. So that is one of the biggest benefits of a properly executed SEO campaign is to gain you more of that traffic, which is going to translate into more customers. So that is one of the biggest benefits of an SEO campaign that I'll talk about here. So let's continue on with your backlinks. So looking at your backlinks here, this is kind of an overview. I'll look at this in a little more detail. But most, what I notice here, these are your referring domains. So backlinks, they're a key metric of SEO. I'll break this down a little bit more of website optimization. So basically what they do is they provide this linking power I like to call link juice. And it works like this. So one site links to you back to your site and points back to your site, giving your site more authority in Google's eyes. And it's kind of like a popularity contest. Their backlinks are really important in the world of websites because they can help your site become more visible on the internet, improve your SEO quality, and quality links are better than quantity. So what we're seeing here is 95% of your links are coming from the lowest range of authority score sites. So if we look at this in a little more detail, so these are your backlink analytics here, and these are the referring domains where those links are coming from. So 95% of all your links, and you guys have 132 backlinks, but 95% of those are coming from the 0 to 10 authority score sites. So they're not giving you any real linking power to your site. And that's why your authority score is also so low. You've got a couple that are in a couple of higher ranges here, but still they're not providing a lot of linking power. And you're also, the orange here indicates that you're losing some of these links. And if I looked a little deeper, out of those 132 links, you guys have 41 that are actually no follow or they're broken links. And this is the list of all those. And the reason why this is important, so you've got about a third of your links that are really not helping you in Google's rankings, in your indexing, because their no follow links are quite a bit less important than the follow links that are more important for ranking. And the broken ones don't help you at all. Those would need to be fixed. They just are no help. So looking back over here, we can look at your site's health real quick. So you're sitting at a 96% for site health. Most of all websites, top 10% of websites are sitting at least a 92. So that's good, which I would expect. I would actually expect 100% health from a Wix website if they're maintaining your site, which they should be. You've got a few warnings here, and I actually wouldn't expect any type of issues with Wix site and its site health. But as you can see, even if you have a high site health score, that doesn't mean it's going to bring you in traffic. So really not much benefit there, even if you have a healthy performing site. So you guys really want to see improvement in this traffic here. So we've got to get you guys more traffic, more customers. So that's the name of the game. So one of the things that we're going to look at next is your competitors. So what I did here is I just did a Google search for permanent Christmas lights Boise. Uh, Pretty general search for potential customers that might be looking for one of your services, which is permanent Christmas lights or permanent lights for their homes. So these are some of your competitors. This is just the first page of this Google search. You can see down here, first page of the Google search. So we're going to look at some of these competitors in no particular order. The first one, we're going to take the first one right off the top here that popped up. So Bosso Holiday Lighting in Boise. So this is how they stack up in SEMrush. So they've got a little higher authority score of 8. It's still low. The ranges pretty much go from 0 to 10, which is the lowest range of authority scores. Then you got 10 to 20, which is an average. And then anything above a 20 is a pretty decent score. They do have quite a bit more traffic. It's not a whole lot, less than 100 people coming to their site a month. Um, They've got less referring domains, and the less backlinks. But I tell you what, those backlinks are doing them a lot better because that authority score is higher. And you guys had 3 keywords. The keywords, oh, that's one thing let me go real quick to your keywords. So you guys only have 3 of those keywords. These are your actual keywords, Boise Lighting and Lighting Boise. You guys should have a lot more keywords embedded in text, the content, or your images. You can tag your images with these types of keywords, but you need more keywords to help in your ranking and your visibility. So your first competitor here 151 keywords that they're ranking for. So they're right off the bat, they're doing a lot better. And this is typical. If you look at this, let's look at this a little closer. So this is the last 2 years for their traffic. So it looks like to me, this is very indicative of an SEO campaign that they started where you see that gradual J curve going up in their traffic. Okay. And it's a longer sustained because it's organic. Okay. The SEO, it builds that traffic slowly. It starts working in Google, and all these things take a little time to start catching. But once they do, that traffic starts to really go up, and it lasts a lot longer than paid advertising or any other kind of paid pay-per-click campaigns, if you will. So these guys are doing employing some kind of SEO campaign that's working for them and bringing in more traffic. And the next competitor we're going to see is these guys, Lighten Up Boise. Let's see how they compare. So Lighten Up Boise, holiday lighting. This is how they are ranking in SEMrush. It's already scored 9, so a little higher, 267 estimated users a month for their traffic. So as you can see, it just keeps going up, these metrics. They had some peaks here, some valleys in their SEO. Looks like they started a campaign right here, and then they said, well, we're getting over 1,000 people coming to our site, which was the peaks up here. So they probably tapered off. But then as you can see, it goes down after a few months. So then looks like over here, they're starting to pick up again with some other kind of SEO. And there's a lot of different forms of SEO that you can employ. So I'll talk about that at the end. So next, we're going to look at you're an authorized dealer of Gemstone Lights. The Gemstone Lights, I thought it would be important to look at them because that is, I think, the most important link you guys have on your site. You're an authorized dealer of them. So Gemstone Lights, this is what they look like. This is indicative right here of a company that's been around. They are obviously employing a lot of SEO to get up. Your traffic is over 19,000 users a month. They've got 730 referring domains, which is giving them over 4,000 backlinks, and 9,500 keywords that they're ranking for. So they've got that nice J curve that's going up, bringing them all that traffic in every month. So they've done a lot. Now, why do you think your site is not performing and drawing on some of that traffic and that authority from Gemstone Lights? You guys have not a lot going on your website, and you should be having some traffic if you're an authorized dealer of Gemstone Lights to take advantage of that. However, you guys aren't drawing any of that traffic or from their authority on your site because your site is not optimized. We can help you guys fix that and bring in the traffic by analyzing these guys and what they're doing and apply those same types of strategies to your site to help you guys with your traffic. So let's take a look at and analyze some of the unique comparisons here. So in the keywords, this is the keyword gap analysis between you guys. You guys are kind of like a itty bitty little tiny dot here with the 3 keywords that you have. Obviously, Gemstone Lights has the lion's share of 4,200 keywords. Then your other competitors here in the Valley, they've got a fair amount. These are the only ones that are shared between all of you guys, Boise Lighting, Lighting Boise, because your competitors are competing with them in the Treasure Valley here. And I'm going to give you a little insight into the keywords that are untapped. And these are the kind of keywords that you want to embed into the content and your images on your site. Help you bring in, if you look at this here, this is the volume. This column right here is the amount of volume of estimated traffic that comes in because they have those keywords in their content or on their website pages. So you guys, why don't you have permanent Christmas lights in your content? That brings in over 18,000 visitors a month. How come you don't have perm lighting or LED track lights? You guys are in this first column right here. You only have 3 keywords that you're ranking for. You guys should be having and drawing from a lot of the keywords that Gemstone Lights has on their website. And that'll bring you in a lot more traffic right off the bat as long as you're optimizing for those keywords. So next, we're going to look at your backlink gap. So what this is showing right here, this whole list here, and this is you and the 3 different competitors here, including Gemstone Lights. These are what I call citations, directories where you could put in your business name, address, phone number, or contact information, and get it out there in a directory listing, which helps your site. And we have a la carte services that we could work on these types of things as well. And I want you to see here, these are your competitors right here. This is you guys right here in this first, well, fourth column. And you guys aren't listed in any of these directories. All the way down the row, you got zeros. And this is only the first page of 7. So one of the things I want to point out here is how come you're not listed in idahosbest.com? That's a key directory for Idaho businesses. They've got an authority score of 28. They've got over 67,000 visitors a month coming in. Your competitors are listed in there. You guys aren't. Take advantage of these types of listings. What about Apple, Google Online Services, Pinterest, Yahoo, The Medium, Bing? All these different, if you take a look, this is the amount of traffic that you guys could be getting by being listed in these directories. So a huge gap in your marketing that we can help fix. So let's take a look in summary here. This is you guys, these are the competitors. This is how you guys are stacking up as far as traffic, the visits, backlinks, etc. Okay, so the last thing I really want to show you guys here, that, like I said, why aren't you guys listed in Idaho's Best? This is just one example. You guys could list your business information and draw in more of those local customers looking for things like permanent Christmas lights. So just a quick tip, get yourselves listed in one of those directories right now. So talked about a few things. I'm just going to go over real quick with you in this closing. We talked about your site, its domain analytics, SEO profile, your site's health briefly. We went through some of your top competitors in the Valley. And lastly, I made some recommendations of how we could provide help for you. And the reality is, if you're looking for more customers, and I know it might seem like a risk going and executing an SEO type of campaign now, but it's only going to help you bring in more customers. That is the whole purpose behind SEO. And believe me, there's a good ROI on SEO services. And I know there's a lot more customers out there looking for your services and to do light installations, commercial lighting, patio lighting, whatever it is. Let us help you gain those more customers. We're really good at what we do. We're really good at optimizing businesses just like yours. Okay, I've worked with a bunch of businesses in the Valley here. So we employ innovative web design, SEO strategies, and we can certainly get you guys ranking up there to compete with these other competitors that show up on the first page of Google. So, and obviously I've said this and I've mentioned this over and over, by gaining more traffic to your site, ranking higher in Google search, okay, that's going to give you guys more leads to your site, which is going to translate into more customers. Okay. And we can definitely work with a Wix website to optimize it. So in closing, I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this. I hope you learned something. And I hope you can see that I'm passionate about educating my clients or potential clients in executing these types of campaigns that bring results and drive business growth. I'm in the business to develop long-term relationships with my clients to help you succeed. That is why I'm in business. I might follow up in a few days if you have any questions, or you could email or call me back right away if you want to get in touch and talk about some more of the details of what I could offer your business. So again, my name is Jason, and I look forward to hearing from you, Riley. Uh, I hope you have a great day. Take care.